Hi Aquarius, this is Angel Aura Divination and I'm here to give the sign of Aquarius their June 2021 love reading. This is going to be answering the question, how do they feel about you in relationship to love? But it's also going to be answering some of your own questions or giving you some general advice about love and how you can possibly either come into greater love situations in your life. These readings have kind of taken a life of their own, even though I kind of did have the intention of telling you how people feel about you, where they are really talking to you about how your guides possibly feel about you, how the universe kind of sees your relationship and things like that, as opposed to how an individual might see you. Although there might be an individual popping up if you're dealing with anybody, or if somebody's going to be coming into your energy soon, or if somebody's just come out of your energy as well. This is also possibly even going to be talking about some of the advice about how you can go about your relationships overall. You know what I mean? It's going to be kind of open-ended in that sense, even though I did have a specific purpose with these readings. This is the Universal Tarot, and that's what I'm going to be pulling cards from. And then I'm also going to be pulling an Elder Furthark rune for you to give you some channeled messages from the rune that I pull for you, Aquarius. So let's get into your reading. This is only going to be about 10 minutes. If you like it, like the video. If it resonates for you, please leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. So here is you, Aquarius. We have 3 cards out, but I'm going to start with these 2. We have the Two of Swords, and we also have the High Priestess. The Two of Swords has come out for a lot of these readings, I think. Also, the High Priestess has come out for a few as well. So I do get the impression that you are coming deeper into your own sense of spirituality. You are studying things. You are also going on your own personal self journey to master yourself, to have more balance for yourself. Possibly even balancing your internal masculine and feminine and presenting that as such, where you're coming out very strong, very independent, but internally you're feeling very imbalanced. And this could be what love is like for you right now. You're feeling very imbalanced. You're feeling very eclipsed. People might not even really, you might even feel like people aren't really noticing you or noticing your abilities, noticing your skills and things like that. But a lot of this is also just really internal, and it really calls for internal work and internal balancing work especially. Now, you might be feeling that way, but that's not how you look. You look like the High Priestess. You look good. You look smart, honestly, Aquarius. And this is the next card that we have out for you, talking about what you're actually up to with the Seven of Pentacles. So it's kind of like you're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for your manifestations to come through. You're waiting for, I always think that the Seven of Pentacles is waiting for paint to dry, where you painted the wall and now you're just waiting for it to actually, dry. But it's kind of like, that's a stagnant energy to me, because you're waiting for something to come into you, but it's not really an indication that anything strong is actually going to happen, or what's going to happen next in this depiction. You know that you've planted seeds and that the plants are going to grow and bear fruit, but that is all that's guaranteed for you, is that something's going to happen. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. You don't even know if you're going to get a good crop in this energy, right? And we had the Four of Cups. And part of that is that stagnant energy that you have or that you feel is either due to rejections that you felt, rejections that you've made, or possibly even an inability to see possibilities for the future based on what the universe has presented to you in this current energy, where you are aware that you could have potential love in your life. You're aware that the universe is giving you opportunities and giving you the energy of change and giving you the things that you need, but you're not accepting that. And I think that that's an okay energy to be in, because it really helps you manifest for the future. And it's kind of a communication with the universe, especially through action, where it's kind of like, I don't want this, and so I'm not going to accept it. You're not accepting what doesn't resonate with you, but at the same time it's also kind of expressing that you are stubborn. You're not exactly taking the options or the opportunities that are being presented to you, which is kind of also saying, you are not moving forward. It's a little bit of both. We have the Knight of Cups. So somebody might be coming into your energy in the future, a water sign placement especially. This could also be a representation of you as well, Aquarius, where you are a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, but also possibly communicating or trying to communicate more effectively about the way that you feel about things, coming in tune more with the way that you feel so that you can express that openly, possibly even traveling for the purposes of finding love or romance, or possibly even just trying to level up when it comes to how you express or feel love. We also have the King of Cups coming out. So this is for you. This could either be you, especially if you're a masculine Aquarius, or if you're a masculine water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. And you could also be dealing with a masculine water sign coming to you, possibly even traveling to you to express some kind of emotions, or possibly even somebody that you've met while you were abroad. This person might be a past life connection, but this could also be an indication that this is just a very influential relationship for you. If this is not just you or an influential person around you that's going to be affecting the way that you have love in the future. Let's get some more cards out for this relationship. We have Judgment, and we also have the Eight of Swords. So you might be caught up in your mind about this situation, or the healing of a situation between you and this person if you have departed from them, or if you are not necessarily near them, has kind of caused you to have some kind of imprisonment in your own mind where you were not with this person, and it makes it difficult for you to have a connection with this person or even communicate with this person because they're not in your general vicinity. We also have Judgment here, talking about you feeling judged or possibly even discriminated against in the Judgment energy, but also possibly you needing to work on your own discernment when it comes to dealing with this mental imprisonment that you have about this person in your head, or this person that you're dealing with, that water sign energy, which is kind of also saying that you might be discriminating against this person, or that you might also be lacking good judgment on whether or not to deal with this individual at all, depending on your own situation. Judgment is also an indication of a resurrection, although that's not exactly where the reading is heading. Judgment could also be your guides basically presenting you with a new opportunity with this water sign person, whether you know them or not, after a long period of stubbornness where you've kind of been rejecting a lot of your other options. We have the Hanged Man, and we have Strength. Yes, so you are coming into a greater sense of enlightenment here with these two cards, and these are the last two cards that I'm pulling for you for the actual reading itself and being guided to stop. So you are coming to face some of your own inner demons, and also possibly realizing that stagnation does not benefit you as much as you think, or that you need to get out of your head, whether you're stagnant or not, because you might be in this rest and rejuvenation period where you're trying to heal from things that have happened to you in the past, but also you need to also work on your mental health. You need to work on your spiritual journey. You need to work on your own personal enlightenment so that you can have a greater sense of freedom moving forward, dealing with the problems that have been presented to you in the past, or possibly even dealing with your own internal demons and realizing that you are in control of what you think and how you think and what's in your mind. So now that all of that has been said, I'm going to be pulling one rune to give you an Elder Furthark channeled message. This is going to be geared toward advice for Aquarius. Somebody else had this. I'm not exactly sure who it was. I think it was either Libra or possibly Virgo, but I'm not exactly sure. It was around that area. This is Kenaz. It is a representation of knowledge or intuition. It's also a representation of fire as well. So you might even be starting the fire between you and somebody else, or you might even feel inspired to go towards somebody else around you, you know, really try and develop a connection. You might even be trying to manifest somebody with candle magic. My guides just said that. I get the impression that you are trying to really also come into a greater sense of personal enlightenment, and it's kind of like this is representing that light bulb moment for you where you're kind of coming out of the darkness and you're really wanting to move forward in this energy, especially because I'm getting the impression that some people might even be cross-watching for Aquarius, or that this might be applying to a cross-watcher instead of the actual Aquarius itself. This might be you realizing that the Aquarius does have feelings for you, or that they are waiting for you and they've been rejecting other offers instead of actually taking anything new on in their own life. This could also be a representation of you holding a torch for somebody. I'm getting where you're kind of waiting for somebody to come into your energy, or you're waiting for a very specific person, which is why you've been turning other people down or other opportunities down when it comes to love, which is not a bad energy to be in, but it has landed you very much alone and waiting, and this person is trying to master their emotions before they come back to you and get out of their head so that they can have a resurrection with you, which is ultimately leading to both of you having more of a spiritual relationship than you thought you did. Now, with all that being said, what does this mean when it comes to your rune reading? Your rune is basically saying that this is all about your internal knowledge and your spiritual and the relationship to study when it comes to your spiritual relationship with this person, or possibly just your spirituality overall, or possibly just your relationship with love overall, where you're just learning. It's a learning journey for you, and this is a lesson for you, especially if any of that tarot reading resonated for you. So that's all I have for you, Aquarius. I will see you in your next reading. Please like the video, leave a comment if it resonated. I would always like to hear what you thought about the reading. Also, subscribe to the channel and talk to me on my other social media if you want to. Thank you and goodbye.